My name is Tam, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Erin Tam, who I think is obviously one of the most kind, amazing, thoughtful, wonderful people in the whole wide world.
Thank you,
so
Tam.
lucky to have her on the show.
Oh my gosh, Tam.
And today we're going to talk about why is it so overwhelming to be a millennial woman during the holiday season?
Yes.
So
I think this is a hot topic, and we can say a lot about it.
Okay, so I'm just going to say it. I feel like there is like this like crazy pressure during the holidays to have the perfect holiday season. And me, who like the holiday season is like my favorite, I really do feel in the last couple of years that I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah.
And then the holiday season is over, and I'm like, dang it. Like, it wasn't great. And I feel disappointment and sometimes kind of like mostly disappointment in myself. Like, I think I kind of internalize it and I'm like, I should have done this or I could have done that. And I just don't know what happened.
Yeah.
You blink and it's gone.
Put so much pressure on ourselves.
Yeah.
To have, and I think, obviously it's a function of social media and seeing what everybody else is doing out there and all their perfect lives that aren't really real.
Like Instagram-worthy holiday season,
yes,
right? Like if I don't
right.
have like the most perfect ideas of crafts for my kids to do for the holidays, then I failed at it.
Yes. And the pressure, for your kids to have this magical experience, and and the mom is responsible for that.
Yes.
And making sure that they get to go to all the events, school events, and you have your holiday parties, your work parties, your spouse's holiday parties.
Oh my God.
Like trying
You're
to make
getting
sure.
me stressed out just talking about it. I'm like sitting here like pulling on my sleeves. I'm like trying to breathe a little bit. Keep going. You're right.
It's just a busy month, and it's unfortunately a lot of it does fall on mom. Not in every family, but I think that tends to be more the norm of like the mom makes the holiday magic. I feel like I've been seeing that even going around on social media already.
Oh yeah.
And gosh, it's just like, why do we find that it's so hard to say no to things, or why do we feel like we have to who are we competing with?
Who are we competing?
I don't know.
Is it a competition?
Yeah.
It's funny because so this was already kind of a worm in my brain starting last year. So last holiday season, basically since my daughters came around, I've started sending holiday cards. I don't really know why. I guess I just thought that was the right thing to do once you had family, because I guess I saw holiday cards with families. And so you get a family, but you get to send holiday cards. There's your entry fee. But last year, I spent all this money on holiday cards, and I'm writing them out. And I remember at one point being like, I don't even remember who this person is that's on this, because like I have an Excel sheet with my all my holiday card guests, and I was like, okay, so I don't know who that person is anymore. And then because not only am I just doing people I know, but I'm also doing people that Pat knows, maybe even a couple of extended people that Pat's parents know, because they would just want to be able to, brag about their families. So I'm going through, I don't know who this person is, haven't talked to this person in 5 years. Like, why am I buying this person a card? Am I just trying to flex on them? Am I
right. I feel like that kind of is what it is, right?
But that's not what I want to be. That's not me.
Yeah.
Why did I
So
do
you're doing holiday cards this year?
Well, that's because I got to put a wax seal stamp on
right. It's funny you bring that up, because we just did holiday cards for the first time ever last year.
Did you really?
Yeah. And
did I get one?
I don't know. I didn't have a very extensive list. I'm sure I did.
I'm sure I go back.
I'm sure I sent you one.
Look at all my holiday cards I save. I'm sure, because they're really important to receive.
Adam was always very adamant about, like, I feel like they're kind of silly, like exactly what you're saying. Like, it's just like this flex or something a little bit. I don't know.
Why do we do it?
And I don't know. And then I finally succumbed to the pressure last year. And I remember feeling like, and whenever I ordered them, like, that it was kind of silly, because you're just literally putting a picture of yourself on there. Maybe the names. Some people do put the little, like, maybe a little blip about what's happening in their lives. Like, I didn't do that. But literally it just seems like, I don't know. I guess it's just another way to stay connected with people is one way you could look at it.
Yeah.
But
like, who are the people? Like, so that was, okay, you bring up a good point.
It's a lot of time and money.
There's a lot of time and money. Because it's a long con, because you've got to have the pictures for it, right?
Right.
So I start booking our pictures for our holiday card in October.
Right.
So I'm not even to Halloween.
Yeah.
And I'm already working on how to get myself prepared for Christmas, for a task that I literally like recognized last year I didn't like.
Yeah.
And this year, so the way I was trying to fix, quote unquote, for myself was I just pared down a lot. But then I went and accidentally really liked doing wax seals to make it even more enjoyable. And now I'm just going to have to send them again next year. So get ready for that.
Gosh.
But it's, you know, it draws attention to the what are we doing?
Right.
Why are we doing this?
Who are we doing it for?
Who
what
are we doing it for?
Right. If it's not enjoyable, why are we doing it?
Right. And I just feel like there's got to be this like mindset of like, I feel like maybe in my head I'm thinking that there's a should. I should do it.
Right.
And maybe I need to remove that should and start thinking about like, well, what brings me joy? Like we always talk about, like, do what brings you joy. Well, Christmas cards until wax seals came around did not bring me joy. I was literally just sending them for people. Although I expect a Christmas card from you this year now that you've already established. But I am trying to pare it down this year. But even the ones I pared down, I felt like it was like, well, now I just feel like I'm like ranking people in my life, and that is not my intention.
Right. I don't know. There's a lot you can say about that. So, but I think it all just comes back to like, really focusing on like what really brings you joy, because you can't do it all.
No.
Like what you said, it'll be a whirlwind holiday season and you'll come out and you'll be hungover because you're like, what the heck just happened? And you didn't even enjoy it.
I didn't even enjoy it because like you said, you're literally stacking all your weekends with these events.
Right.
And I don't know about you, but I always feel like I overschedule. Like I just feel like there's and doing all that overscheduling. So like, you know, we're on this hobby journey, right? And we're trying to make sure that we prioritize self-care. Well, I was trying to, you know, work on some like planning just around even the French classes schedule, right? And holidays conflicted with that. Holiday activities conflicted with that. And I'll admit that one of them I did reschedule because, Christmas, I do them on Tuesdays, and Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve felt, so I did change those. And I was really disappointed because I really wanted to come to you and be like, and I'm not changing it for anyone. But the hobbies kind of got in the way, or the holidays kind of got in the way. I can't really make my French teacher
come on
French
Christmas.
on Christmas
Right.
Fair. But, you know, I think it's easy to get lost in all of it. So I was talking to you earlier before we started recording, Erin, we have to save everything for the pod. We can't talk before the podcast episode.
Tell me again. I'll just pretend like I didn't hear it.
Okay, you didn't hear anything. Erin, do you have any amazing tips on how we as people, moms, millennial moms, could potentially look at our schedules and like improve the holidays for ourselves?
I mean, the biggest thing I found, like I really have been trying to focus on this year, is like I've in the past trying to do it all. I try, like with having little kids, I guess I should step back, like mine are 5 and 3, right? So I really, what's very valuable to me as they get older is we have a few family traditions that they look forward to that we all do together. And I want to establish that now so it just becomes routine. And that's just really important to me for my values. So think about like, what are the few things I think that aren't too difficult for us to all do that we can do every year that don't take a ton of time, but they're like miles or like cornerstones for our holidays.
Oh, okay.
You know? And or bucket list items, however you want to put it. So for me, the couple of things that like I've already established that we've done consistently is going and cutting down our own Christmas tree like the weekend after Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, you guys just did that too,
we did just do it. It's super fun. I enjoy it. I don't know if they do, but we're going to keep doing it. And Adam's a good sport, you know, because he has to do all the hard, like, cutting and the lifting and everything. So I'm like,
you're just taking all the photos. We're having the best time.
But I think it's just so special to go do that and bring it home. And
Absolutely. It's very Christmassy.
Yeah,
it's very holiday.
And we like to be out, you know, get outside and just. So that's number one. So we did that this year, right after Thanksgiving. And then the other thing is I've been doing with the boys every year is getting them like a gingerbread kit and making gingerbread houses. So we do that one day.
That's cute.
Those are like the two big things so far, you know, that we've done for sure. And then beyond that, like I don't have like traditions. Obviously we go to the families and things like that, but I'm really trying hard not to overschedule myself this year.
That's smart, yeah.
You know, it's like Adam had a work holiday party and I was like, you go, I'm going to stay home with the kids. And he's doing the same for one of my work holiday parties versus like us going to everything and then the kids being tired because they're spending the night at grandparents' houses, and just everybody being stressed out.
Yeah.
So trying to maintain a little more normalcy. It's just like one thing we're doing, just to try to, not be so overscheduled.
No, I think that's great. And I like the fact that you were even kind of like, you guys aren't putting this pressure on each other to go to each other's work parties, because I feel like that's one that everybody that's, and our age range could say that there's probably somebody who they're probably a +1 to at that. And it's like, I really want to.
Yeah, right. It's So how about you? Do you have any holiday traditions or anything you've been trying to do this season to make it a little more enjoyable for yourself?
Well, we talk about, so your suggestion is create a bucket list almost of like 3 to 5 things that you like.
Yeah.
So I think that's something I'm going to have to try to do. I think I was kind of preliminarily doing that with the envelopes, but then, like I said, I already messed that up. Now I have to do it. But I have to giggle because like the first thing that comes to mind is there was one year. It just so happened to fall on Black Friday. I think it was just the way everything worked out, where we were able to invite my sister and my nephews over, and we did holiday cookies. It was like this big holiday cookie thing. I literally just managed, because that's all I can do when it comes to anything that's in the kitchen. And it was like this really awesome, wonderful thing, right? But then that happened like 6 years ago, Erin, and then it hasn't happened again in the last 5 years, but I can tell you that I have tried to make it happen. And it's not that it's not happening because nobody wants to. It's just because of like I'm trying to put everything in that I can't get it there.
Yeah, like scheduling wise.
Yeah. And so if you asked me what a holiday tradition is that we've been doing, I would say it's baking cookies and decorating them on Black Friday.
Because it happened one time.
It's embarrassing.
Well, it sounds like it's a powerful memory for you.
It was such a great memory. And like I'm disappointed in myself because I let all of these other things compound and take priority over something that truly brought me joy this one time, right? And so I think like going back to thinking about the whole like when you're looking at your holiday season, look at like what are you putting this whole word of should? I should do this. I should do that. Yeah. And reevaluating what that
I think that's a good point. I think if should is in the sentence, like you really should maybe consider saying no to it, right?
Exactly.
It's like if it doesn't bring you joy, gosh, we have so many things happening. We're so busy, like as moms and women, and with work and family, and you just can't do it all, and you're just, I don't know, it's not really enjoying life, right? No. Just going through the motions of trying to like check the checklist.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. Do you have any advice for people that like in ways, because sometimes it's hard. I have a hard time saying no. Like just because I start to feel guilty, and I'm trying to get better at it, but I start to feel like I'm being mean or I'm being rude. Yeah. And just, I don't know. I feel like you're a little better at being like direct about that.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that actually makes me feel good.
I do, at least in social situations.
Is it probably just with you? Where I'm like, Erin, not today.
Well, maybe, no. I feel like you're good at setting boundaries, which is what we're talking about here. Is like, and yeah.
Well, I mean, I think what my thing is I am a people pleaser, right? Yeah. And so my initial instinct is to say yes. And it's not just a people pleaser because like I think that's what people expect of me. I actually really do enjoy like being a part of what causes somebody to be happy, right? Like I really do like being a positive person in a person's life. And so I think because I'm a people pleaser, I think sometimes that can result in people just getting comfortable with knowing they can kind of push stuff on me, and then me just kind of just going for it, and then like that burnout kind of picks up. And so I think just having a couple instances throughout my life in which I've had to be like, man, I really gotta kind of speak up a little bit, I think helps. But I think for me, I just don't like saying no. Right. But I have found success in saying things like, like, like during the holiday season when they're like, hey, do you want to be a part of, this like, cake thing or like this baking sale? And it's like, I would really love to, thank you so much for inviting me. Keep me in mind for next year. But hey, I really haven't talked to you in a while. Do you want to meet up for coffee afterwards and then you can tell me all about it?
Yeah, that's a great tip. Giving an alternative option.
Yeah, like something that is a little bit more on my scale, a little bit more pared down as opposed to committing to a full day baking sale event. I get to actually have like a one-off with that one person who was really the only person I wanted to talk to in that scenario anyway.
Yeah.
And just kind of having those conversations. So I think I just trying to encourage you to just get creative with your no's that aren't like, no, and it's because I'm only doing self-care or you're not a priority now, right? Like,
I don't think any of us are going to say
no, like, like just be tactful about it. Just be like, you're a priority. You didn't get cut from the Christmas card list.
Yeah. I know. And I think it's like, why do we have such a hard time saying no? It's like, we don't want people to not like us or judge us or feel, but everybody's so busy. We have to remember that nobody's really thinking about you that much, and like, they're not probably going to think twice about it. Really.
No. And I think there's a lot of people that we're realizing that, especially in our generation, that are in the same boat as us. That it's just, I think, like, honestly, sometimes I'm looking for the person to be like, hey, we all don't need to do this year. And I'm like, you're my hero.
That's so true. Isn't that so true? Like, that person in the group who is willing to speak up, like, you actually really respect that.
Yeah, just be like, I love you all
like,
so
I
much.
Be that person.
Let's catch a neck. Like, let's do this after January. Yeah. Like, let's get through the holidays together. I'm sure you're all so busy, like, I think maybe if we just like keep pushing this message out there, Erin, like maybe with this podcast episode, we can get, our generation to really think about like, what is it that you want to do for the holiday season? Get like, instead of me, scheduling pictures for Christmas cards in October that doesn't, go out until December. Well, instead, why don't I take that time to think about what do I want my holiday season to look like? What are the things that I absolutely want to do? Make a little list of those and then put those as a priority and then just let everything else kind of fill in there.
And as long as those things happen, then it was a win.
Absolutely.
Right?
And making sure that like you also still like find time for yourself in that, right? Because
I think just downtime in general during the holidays is so important. Yeah. Like don't put so much, I would say don't put so much pressure on yourself to like achieve or start a new hobby necessarily. Like I'm not doing a whole lot this month as far as that because of all this other stuff.
Absolutely.
And just really focusing on what's making you happy and just finding those little moments of time for yourself to just maintain your sanity.
Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, no, I think it's important to note that like this is the time that really challenges you about finding that self-care time and that hobby time. And I feel like you said how you were like, I'm not really starting a new hobby, right? So like this could be that time where maybe just walking is a hobby for you. Like maybe you like find a hobby that's purely in this month that's going to help you just find that balance of stepping away from all the holiday craziness, but that doesn't really like put a whole pull out of your holiday budget. It doesn't, take a whole lot of time away from you and doing things that you enjoy. Right. And I think that alone, I think should help, make sure that you don't get overwhelmed in this holiday season and get that burnout. And then it's January and you're like, I missed it. It was darn
absolutely. It. Yeah, I think that's like a good point, and I'm trying really hard. I think we're both trying to be more conscious of that.
Yes.
So it's a great topic. So I guess to wrap it up today, unless you got any other points,
I just wanted to point out that you're fantastic.
Oh, thanks, Tam. I love you too. But no, we just really hope that this resonates with a lot of people. We want to inspire everyone to remember that it's okay to say no. It's
Keep
okay
yourself in the schedule.
Yeah, it's okay to set boundaries during this time, especially because we're so busy, extra busy, and just make sure that, you just take time for you when you can, and so that you can actually enjoy life, because that's what it's about, right? It's
enjoy your hobbies.
Enjoy your hobbies.
Enjoy your holidays.
Holiday hobbies.
Holiday hobbies. Enjoy it all. Just don't forget about you.
Right.
Like, it's so easy during this time for us moms to be like, I'm trying to give my kid the best Christmas. I'm trying to give my husband the best Christmas. I'm trying to give my mother-in-law the best Christmas. It's just remember that it's also about your Christmas. It's also about your New Year's, like, keep that in there and put yourself in there too. You also deserve a really good holiday. And I think you can find a way to make everybody enjoy the season.
Yeah. 100%. So thanks for
That's
joining.
a wrap.
Thanks for joining us today on the Art of Hobbiness. We hope that you enjoyed this topic, and we'd love to hear what you guys are doing to protect your self-care and time during this holiday season. Follow us and leave us a review. We'd love to connect with you.
Yay! Bye, everybody. Happy holidays.
Bye. Thank you for listening to The Art of Hobbiness. Be sure to subscribe and leave a review. And for more Erin and Tam fun, be sure to follow us on all socials for behind-the-scenes footage on our journey to find hobbiness.